Greetings, Grandfather. Now I know a great many of you are a little alarmed by the way the events are turning in the world. It seems like the weather is completely out of control, doesn't it? To say nothing of how human beings are treating each other. I know you're concerned. There is something you can do. I always want you to know that the purpose of this site, youtube.com Benevolent Magic, and the blogs, and the books for that matter, is always to empower you and to remind you that there is always something you can do, even if you cannot do something directly and immediately, to be of assistance in whatever way you feel is needed. Always know that you can say living prayer, you can do benevolent magic, and all of these things that have been talked about before. But also, there's something else. Attitude these days is astonishingly important. Do you know that you can do living prayer until you're blue in the face, as people used to say, and it will only be partly effective if you don't have a upbeat attitude? And by that I do not expect you to be so upbeat that you don't notice what life is doing around you. But I do hope that you can make an effort to be optimistic, not just about what you've asked for in the living prayer, the benevolent magic, but to try to be optimistic about life. These days, almost all your power, your empowerment in spiritual words and deeds and actions, all these things, resides in the feeling of optimism. Optimism is directly linked to faith. All of you to whom religion is important completely understand that. But some of you in New Age circles do not, because of this reason or that reason. You've been turned off by different events in your life or that are happening externally to your life, but are somehow profoundly relevant to you. Faith is important, and one of its best and most trusted allies is optimism. So I'm going to recommend that you do a little homework. It's pretty simple. It's not perhaps complicated, but it is apt to bring about a better feeling in your body. I'd like you to practice sometime within the next week or so, and it won't take more than a minute or two. Practice feeling optimistic, because I want you to recognize the difference between the normal physical feelings you have in your body and the physical feelings you have in your body when you are optimistic. It's important to know the differences. You will find that once you get completely centered in that feeling of optimism, you actually feel better in your physical body. That's why it's so important. These times are entirely about physicality. All right? I know I've said that about other things, but they are also about physicality. That's why Mother Earth is being so physical. She's demonstrating to you that you must embrace physicality, even though you might long for your spirit and being in spirit world. So, recommendation, practice being optimistic. And hold that feeling as long as you can until you notice the physical feelings in your body being different. That's your homework. That's all there is for today. Good life.